Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to Mark Alford's Capital Recap. I'm your Congressman, Mark Alford, here to give you the latest from our nation's capital in Washington, D.C., the swamp, and what's happening right here in the great state of Missouri. I'm actually in our Ford Expedition right now. Jake is driving. I got Mike and Scott in the car. We are headed to our last stop, or second to the last stop, for our town hall tour of August. We are making 15 stops in all in 4 days, and it has been great listening to everyone that we can in the district. Hey, look, we promise to be the most accessible member of Congress, and I hope we're living up to that promise with more than 115 public events in 2.5 years. Our annual town hall tour is really a chance to connect with you, our constituents, face to face, to hear your concerns and answer your questions as best as we can. And I know some of these have been a little heated. A lot of Democrats have shown up. That's great. I want to hear what's on your mind as well. We don't just serve Republicans in our office. We serve Democrats, independents as well. We have been listening, we have been learning, and we have been engaging directly with you, the people that we serve in Congress. But you know, these town halls are really more about speeches. I've tried not to do speeches. These aren't campaign events. They're about trying to have a conversation with you. And from family farmers to small business owners, veterans, students, and folks who are retired, your voices, your concerns, and your ideas are shaping the work that we do in Washington each day. From Medicaid misconceptions that are out there, trying to set the record straight on that, tariffs, ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, the tariffs, the National Guard in D.C., and was sent to Los Angeles, and whether they're going to be coming to Kansas City or St. Louis. We've been talking about this. Everything that really has been on your heart, that's been in the news, that you have concerns about or questions about, we've gotten questions on that, and we've tried to give you the best answers as possible. Again, we're not always going to agree. I want to give you a little bit of a flavor of some of these conversations. You may have seen some that have gone viral on the internet, but for the large part, these town hall tours have been very respectful. The stops that we have made, and we've had good conversations with people that don't agree with me, that are never going to vote for me, but that doesn't matter. I want to hear what they have to say, and here's a little bit of those conversations.
I want to ask you, Mark, why did you vote to defund the public broadcasting emergency weather alert? We were just talking about the weather and how important it is to our climate. Why would you vote against funding that?
There is no need to yell at me.
I'm sorry. I just get so disturbed by the mindset.
Okay,
I don't
but
understand.
look, I'm here voluntarily talking.
I appreciate
Okay.
that. But why did you vote that way? It was already approved funding, and you voted to get rid of it. You voted against it.
The PBS and NPR, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which, yes, I grew up watching those programs as well. They have not lived up to their original purpose from the 1960s. They have turned commercialized in a lot of ways. And whether you, ma'am,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I can show you specific examples. I don't have them on my phone of how corporate, they run commercials now. It used to be when we would watch something on PBS, this sponsored by Joe and Elaine Trust. Now it's full-blown commercials. And I had to compete with that for viewers and eyeballs when I was in television for 30 years. It has gotten to a point now where they can compete on their own. They have quality products. I'm not saying that's not the point. There are some PBS programs that I love watching. Lydia's cooking show. She's a personal friend of mine. But they can sell that. They can compete in the public marketplace. And that is part of the issue.
But $1 billion for emergency weather alert? You just dollars and weather alert? $1 billion, that is an important service that they're providing to the whole country. That all goes on your phone.
My question has to do with your website, actually.
Okay.
Okay?
Bring in comms team. She has a question about the website. All right.
So, first of all, I do try to stay positive, and I do appreciate some of the initiatives that you have worked on, specifically in agriculture and the Pelosi bill. But
You like the Pelosi Act?
I do.
Does everyone know what the Pelosi Act is? So we filed it in the House. I don't believe anyone in Congress should be making money off the stock market. Okay, I didn't go there to get rich off the stock market, okay? So that's what the Pelosi Act is. Ma'am, in consideration, I'm sorry to hijack your question there. We had looked at trying to codify this for the executive. There is a separation of powers between Article 1, the congressional authority, and Article 2, which is the executive, okay, and then Article 3, the judiciary. And so we don't have the power constitutionally to dictate what the president, the executive, can do in stock trading, okay? It would be like him telling us that he doesn't want us to use electronic voting cards anymore on the House floor. He has never told us that we can use not use the electronic voting cards in Congress. No. I'm talking, no. Stop. I'm talking, ma'am, I'm talking about, I don't have it on me, my card that I put in the machine to vote for you on the House floor. That's what I'm talking about. He cannot tell us, hey, we think you should be writing your name down. Okay, so that is crossing over into the constitutional boundaries between Article 1 and Article 2. But I'm sorry, I hijacked your question.
Okay, no. So back to your website, and I have quotation marks. Okay, so it says, Alford serves as a megaphone to each and every Missourian in the 4th District, magnifying their voices and their values in Washington, D.C. But then I read other things on there that upset me because I am liberal, even though I agree with some of what you've done. To protect our children against the federal government's injection of their liberal agenda, progressive ideology that threatens to undermine faith, family, hard work, and individual liberty. So when I see things like that, I don't feel like you're representing me, and I don't like the way the country has gone where we're attacking each other. So I would appreciate if you were more open, maybe, because I'm already getting bad feelings towards myself because of my beliefs just from reading your website. Thank you.
Look, I appreciate your viewpoint. I think you have every right in the world to hold your views, and I think you have every right in America to express those views. I, however, was sent to Washington by the majority of the voters in the 4th Congressional District, some of them here today, who are Republican and strong conservative Republicans. Those are my values, and those are the majority of the people who I was sent there to represent. You have every right, though, to be liberal, progressive. I will welcome you into our office. When people come into our office, whether it's in Lebanon or Raymore or in Columbia, we don't ask your party affiliation. We ask, do you live in the 4th Congressional District? We have you sign a privacy release form so we can help you. It doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent. I don't care. I'm here to serve you. If you've got a problem here today, we want to know about it so we can help you. Our staff here, some of them here today, Grace is one of them, has helped return more than $7 million to constituents for disability claims, VA, Social Security. That's what we're there to help. But when it comes to who I represent, yes, I represent 772,047 individuals. And we are including you guys here. Yeah, but
take the liberal language off the website. Here's the deal. So
okay.
I'm an independent. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. Okay, so here's the problem with it. I was a Republican. I voted staunchly Republican my entire life up until about 7 years ago.
What happened?
Donald Trump happened. Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the deal. I'm a college professor. I'm also an entertainer and on television and radio.
Yeah.
But as a college professor, as a teacher, as a mother, as an independent voter, as someone who doesn't vote by party, all right? I see these websites and this language across America going on right now under Trump's administration, And we don't have horns and we don't have tails, whether we're independent or Democrat or nothing, right? You were talking about that earlier. My problem with it is the language and the treatment, the way we treat each other. I have friends that are staunchly Republican, staunchly. My friends ask me, do we speak to each other about politics? And I said, we do. Because if we can't have open conversations, you guys love people, we love people. You love children, we love children. But we have a different way of approaching these subjects, right? But the problem I see is the language that's going on right now on websites, out of Donald Trump's mouth. He's making it look like we're the enemy if we don't agree with him. And I appreciate you being
Let me just say something. Our public school systems in every sector of society has been overrun with communism ideology. You guys have through the regulatory agencies.
Damn, I've been a teacher for 46
You know what?
years.
I fought at the Capitol for Common Core, so I know what's been going on. I was also on a standards rewrite. So they have been trying to attack our culture, which our history clearly has our culture. But what's being taught about the school is not our history. It's not true. It's deception. And yeah.
Ma'am, I've been in the education system for 46 years. I've represented
That we have been bombarded with liberal ideology in our colleges and our institutions for a long time, and we're done with it. And that's why you're seeing what you're seeing.
When you have a 21-year-old college, when you have a 21-year-old college student, can I say this? When you have a 21-year-old college student that you've raised by your ideology, right? And they go to college. If they hear different opinions from professors, do you think that's going to change them into something that you don't like?
What we actually see going on is going on. What do we have going on in our dorm rooms? Go talk to an RA. We don't even have genders. You get to choose whatever, they, whatever.
Hey, listen, let's do this. I appreciate the passion on both sides. I would like to try to alternate because I know there are, and I appreciate your understanding in that. Let's get everyone involved in this discussion. Hey, you are listening to Mark Alford's Capital Recap. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone, to Mark Alford's Capital Recap. It has been great listening to everyone that we can in the district. Here's a little bit of those conversations.
Can you define equity?
Mm-hmm. Equity is really a system in which it provides for equal outcomes rather than equal opportunities, which equality does. I'm a firm believer in equality. We should have equal opportunities, but we should not guarantee equal outcomes, and that is the equity movement.
Can you define inclusion?
Inclusion, look, I believe people should be included mainly on their merit. We should not be giving people jobs just based on how they look or what they ascribe to, but how they perform in the job. And I think when someone is hired over another person because of his or her race or gender or anything other than merit, I think is a mistake. And we've made that mistake in the military.
Does that work in reverse?
What does that mean?
Like, is he being fired or not fired?
Because of your race, gender.
Yeah, I don't think you should be fired.
No, I'm just saying, does what you say work in reverse also? Because I see it happening in reverse what you said. I believe in what you said, but it's easy. That also flips. That people are in reverse.
That people are, let go or fired.
Because of their race or gender?
Yes, I see top militaries because they're women or brown
Or of their race.
Well, if they're released for those reasons, that is wrong.
But that's not the reason that's given, but it is the reason.
Right.
It's
Well, if you can prove that it's not,
Fired from a job.
then
Boss
very
said you
close.
did this.
Very close.
Yeah,
I left
but
instead
you
of
said
getting
you
fired.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, diversity is defined as being different. Equity is defined as impartiality. just is.
That would be good if that's what it meant, but that would be equality.
Your argument is the media is biased.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm suggesting you're using terms that have been distorted from what they originally meant. And yet you don't watch PBS News of any kind. And you're making that statement in regards to that, that it's, woke DEI initiatives. How can you know that if you don't even participate in what it has to offer? You are a news person. Okay. Apparently you're not curious enough to actually sit down and have an open mind enough to see if what you're stating
Is the case.
is true. But you're very willing to call it out. So these are the definitions. Can you define woke?
Yeah, I've got it on my phone, but it's a systematic. It's really changing the whole way that we look at things in a culture, and it's using the DEI and CRT models to try to change the formulation for how we approach society. And it's using the equity as part of that. And it's a system that's really broken. It's not working in America. And I don't know why that people continue to grasp onto the concept that woke is working in America.
It began in the 1920s and 30s by
College.
by the black community, because they needed.
This was woke. He would have fed on free.
It's a term meaning socially conscious and aware of systemic injustices in the black community and to be vigilant against racism and danger. They used terms like "you need to be awake," because they were having to look over their shoulder to make sure that there wasn't somebody there to
Well, it's
lynch
morphed
them
into
for
something
no reason.
different now.
Exactly.
Sure have.
And who morphed it?
It wasn't us.
Yeah.
It was.
No.
Okay.
I remember when this came
What's
about.
the slogan?
Yeah, well, I started using that about 6 or 7, maybe longer than that when this first came out. It is not what it was designed to be, and it has morphed into something, I think, detrimental to our society.
But it was morphed by you guys as a way, because it was a term that grabbed the
You go back
attention
and
of the
look,
general
it was
public.
not
It
the...
became a category of everything you disagreed with or didn't like.
Yeah.
Woke. But
Yeah.
like
All right,
woke.
I'm not going to argue with you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I want to thank everyone who came out to share their thoughts and ask those tough questions and really engage for the future of our country. Your feedback really is invaluable as we fight for common sense solutions in Congress. And if you weren't able to join us this time, don't worry. We're going to have more opportunities ahead. I know a lot of members of Congress are not getting out doing public events, but we're not going to stop doing that. So I encourage you to reach out to our office at any time. Go to alford.house.gov. There are the phone numbers there for our district offices. And of course, you can email us. We will get back to you. We have proven that. We have a system called Fireside where we log every call, every email, and we have proven that we are getting back to people. May not be the answer that you want, but we're trying to help. We are proud to represent the hardworking Missourians of the 4th Congressional District who set an example for this nation that we can disagree without being disrespectful. And while we never compromise our conservative values or shy away for supporting the America First agenda, we're always going to be there. We're going to be present. We're going to listen. So if you couldn't make it out and you have concerns about the SNAP program or the Medicaid program, and if you're worried that someone in January of 2027 is not going to receive the benefits under the new qualifications for those two benefit programs, we want to help. We want to fight for individuals. We have a Heartland hotline set up just for that. The number is 281-816-281-6674. That's 816-281-6674. You can also find that on our website, alford.house.gov. While you're there, by the way, sign up for our newsletter. It's the best way to find out what we're doing in Congress and what we're doing in our district. Comes out every 2 weeks. Folks, together, we will continue to make Missouri's 4th Congressional District strong. And as I head back to Washington, D.C., Tuesday, we get back to work there, I will remember the conversations that we had and some of the criticisms that we had. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in for another edition of Mark Alford's Capitol Recap. We will never stop working for you. So until next time, remember, I believe in America. I believe in you. And most importantly, I believe that our greatest days are still ahead. Good day, and God bless.